Hey, welcome to Nichelle, Chosen One. I've been gone for a while. Peekaboo, I'm back. So I just it is what? It's almost the next day. It's almost 12 a.m. on my end. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night to some. So yeah, welcome to the show, Chosen One. I'm back. So I have some things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the difference between aligned guidance and misaligned influence. Okay? Aligned guidance and misaligned influence. Okay? Aligned guidance is going to come from people that have positive light, positive influence, good intentions, good integrity, just people that are very positive influences. And I'm saying this because some people get caught in between the two, and some people are easily influenced because they could be highly spiritual and have different settings of gifts, but they can have misguided influence by karmic people that know how to target individuals and know how to target individuals that they feel a little bit weaker than them. They're very they master manipulation. Okay, so then you have those that are of the light and are bringing clarity to that person. So sometimes these people get in between it and they don't know which role to choose. Okay, so with that being said, so discussing aligned guidance and misaligned influence and aligned guidance. So sometimes people can get caught in between these depending on where they are in their journey and in their life and their experiences. Okay, if they're coming from a karmic dynamic and they're acting in their lower self, the people that are more of a aligned guidance to them, they can hear what they're saying, but sometimes the misaligned influence has a more of a pull on them. Okay, because they operate more in the physical and what they see, what they show people, how they talk. Okay, and then the ones that are an aligned influence are going to be the ones that are more spiritual, trying to teach people how to go within. But that person may still need to go through karmic lessons to learn from the misaligned influencers. Okay, so it's hard for them to side with the aligned guidance. Okay, so sometimes these people don't operate in malicious. The people that are in between that don't operate. Their malicious acts are not always intentional. Sometimes it's misguided. Okay, because it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes you have people that might have went against you with unaligned influences because it was a temporary situation where they might have misunderstood you and they went and crossed you with the opposite side. But it's because that person still needs to learn lessons from that. They're not to not do these things. Okay, they still have to go through karmic lessons. Okay, that's why I say that life is a school, life is earth. We're all catalysts to one another. We're all on different levels and different frequencies, and then when we come here, we basically bounce off each other with lessons. Okay, whether that be karmic or some of us mastering it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, from my circumstances, I am the family spiritual anchor. Is this recording? Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, I am the family spiritual anchor. So I anchor everybody through my spirituality. And then you got the ones that you mirror back with what's missing inside them. And instead of them doing the work, they think that they can operate and try to control and be negative and cause drama and chaos and friction and try to control narratives and paint you as this negative person because of your power. You have a power. God has given you the power of authority, spiritual authority. And this comes with the work that you do with yourself. Okay, so this is a lot of times what chosen ones' roles are, and then you have other people that play different roles, and they abuse their power and positions of authority, if that's what you want to call it. Okay, so there's a difference between the two, like the outweighing the two. You know what I mean? But the thing with this is that a lot of these karmic people don't understand is because that's why they're karmics, because they have not learned lessons. Okay? Chosen ones are the ones that learn lessons. That's why God chose us to be an example. And that's why I lead by example. Chosen ones, we're not always going to be able to help these karmic people. We can't intervene on the choices that they make. Because if we intervene on those, we enable them from learning lessons. Okay, as much as you may feel bad for people, yeah, you can do what you can, but you also have to know how to be wise enough to make sure they're learning the lesson, and you're not just picking up all that and then it becomes a burden on you, and now you're basically intervening with their karma. Okay, it's hard. As heartaching as it can be, you don't want nothing bad to happen to people. But you also got to look out for anything bad happening to you. That's how you have to look at it. You know what I mean? So we're in a survival life. We came in on our own. We're going on our own. We may have guides on our journey, but at the end of the day, we're doing everything dolo and solo. Okay? Everybody's on a dolo and solo, but we just meet in between. Okay? That's how we are able to learn. Okay? Because everybody's journeys and everybody's experiences are different. And we can learn from our differences. What applies to me that you're mirroring back to me. You know what I mean? If people operate in low vibration, chosen ones are supposed to take the higher route and not let no one provoke you and get you out of your energy, because then that's how they siphon your energy. That's how they steal your good energy, and they get you to fall to their level. Then it's like you got to now level up and do some work from that point. Anyways, but yeah, it's deep, and these family dynamics and these relationship dynamics, friend dynamics, whatever that is, they're all lessons, and everybody is on a different level when it comes to their lessons. Okay, so yep, I'm coming to you in my robe. Okay, telling you this message tonight because I just felt like I needed to get on here and speak about this. Okay, and these karmics that are operating in this energy of unaligned influences to people that are causing confusion, because again, the devil is the author of confusion. The devil is just a low vibrational frequency. So those people that are operating in that by trying to control things, they're not standing in their highest power. They're not staying at their highest self. They're not reflecting on their self and seeing why they are so jealous of us. We shine lights on the areas that they're weak at. We're not trying to put anybody down, because anybody can come up out of their circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make the changes that they need to make before it's too late. Okay? But it's up to you to want to have to do that, and it's up to you to have to see that about yourself. People too fixated on other people's problems and getting into their not having boundaries with trying to get into other people's business to try to use it as fuel to fuel their egos and their pride and to feed off of someone else's negative downfalls. There are consequences that these karmics are going to have to go through, and they're going to have to pay for that, and in ways where they will not be able to control it. They have no control over what karma is coming for them. That's why I be trying to tell people now, learn them lessons. Whatever you feel about somebody else, you need to reflect on why you feel like that, and then do the shadow work on why and what you need to do that's causing you to act in such a low vibrational frequency. It's time for everybody to start leveling up. We all are still, if you're still alive, you have the time to get right with yourself and get right with the Lord and your highest self. Peace, love, and light, and blessings. Till next time.